Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Your Life Blueprint Sound Vibrations. Every day we explore the energies of the day and also of you, your own energies. Today's the day of the Communicator, and in the East, the Communicator governs a spiritual path that is called the path of Jnana Yoga. The path of the intellect, the path of knowledge. So, 1 out of every 8 people in life, in the universe, is a Jnana yogi, spiritually, is on this path of communication, of knowledge, of intellect. It's their main, driving force in life, and it's the main way that they connect with higher energies. Spirit. We all do that in different ways. So you could have this communicator spiritually and be a Jnana yogi. You could have it in desires and be a Jnana yogi wannabe. You could have it in relationships and be a communicator, Jnana yogi in relationships, etc. I'm going to read from what a teacher of mine had to say about this path of Jnana Yoga while I play the vibrational interval of the day. And you can also burn some cedar incense or sage or wintergreen. You can put on something green today. Green is the color of the day. And yeah. Jnana Yoga is the path of the intellect. People like Krishnamurti, Nisargadatta, Rudolf Steiner, Thomas Aquinas, and many more were part of this path. It's sometimes called the pathless path because its techniques are done so equally well in activity as in silence. Why? Because the path of Jnana Yoga, the communicator, is the process of watching the whole functioning of the mind and the intellect and the ego through the observation of one's desires and negative and positive emotions. Watching, right? Observing. The ego maintains the illusory identity through subterfuge, and this requires non-attention. When the mind turns on itself, remarkable things begin to happen. A slow suffocation of the ego begins to take place merely through the power of attention. The ego maintains its illusory identity through subterfuge, as I said, and this requires non-attention. It's as simple as that, non-attention. The method of jnana is negative. The intellect doesn't find God or enlightenment, but it does strip away the clouds of illusion which hide the true reality. This is the path of neti neti, or not this, not this. This path requires great independence from spiritual authority. The intellect must function freely. At the same time, there must be reverence for genuine spiritual teachers as well, so that what they teach can be used as grist for the mill. Krishnamurti made a great contribution to the West by bringing this great yoga here, but his earliest books are the most inspired. Much of his later work is too much going through the motions. His commentaries on living and the first and last freedom are his best works. Now, some sages suggested this is not an easy yoga to use for enlightenment in an age such as ours, because people do not have the necessary clarity of intellect. There is a certain degree of truth to this, but it's also true all the other aspects of personality as well. One's own strength of personality is still one's best tool for finding God or enlightenment, even if the present age dulls these aspects of personality to a certain extent. So yeah, it's all about becoming the observer in life and saying, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this. And then the intellect says, well, who am I? What am I? You ask yourself enough, who am I? And you keep saying, well, yeah, the mind turns in on itself sooner or later, and boom, you realize the true nature of yourself. By stripping away all the falseness. So today, Wednesday, strip away all the falseness of who you are, or who they say you are, and see what's left. I'm not the body, not the mind. Immortal self I am. In all conditions, I am knowledge, truth, bliss, absolute. Absolutely.